Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. In motion, the tight end. A man coming off a washout 2021. It's Travis Etienne. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And they'll go again with Etienne. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Jaguars at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Man open, here is Jones. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They got 29 yards that time. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Slot man moves right. And they'll run with Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 13. Now the rookie 4th-round pick. This is Dameon Pierce. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Play action now, Mills. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Mills now. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. First and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run here with Pierce. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Once more, it's Pierce. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal, Mills. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Pryor has it complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I really like what Jacksonville did in free agency, and what a smart gamble, in my opinion, bringing in Evan Ingram on a 1-year deal. Best case scenario, he gets back to being the Pro Bowl player he was in 2020 and gives Trevor Lawrence a big-time weapon in the middle of the field. That duo links up there and picks up a first down.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Going for it, here's Etienne. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And this Texans defense stands tall. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
He was brought down by Foyesade Oluwakin.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Mills throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw, Mills. Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 1-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. He will find his man Chase complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On second down, a run with Etienne. And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Glenn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. But Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Mills throw taken in there by Cooks. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Handoff right side to Pierce. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 50 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. On play action, Mills. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamental.
They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Anuakin. And the Jaguars force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On second down and 4, Lawrence. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Down to about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. Past the 20. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year.
The pass finds Mechie in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. And now Lovie Smith sends the call out. They're going to go for 2 here. Mills going to throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side. And all of a sudden,
and he fires one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it.
Nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the 2nd straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that lead.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Another carry for Pierce. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. On second down, here's Pierce. Shoves him aside. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Hey, hold it. Yeah.
From the 27, Lawrence. This complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. 117 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Room here to run. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big pickup of 38. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. Here's Pierce. Is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lawrence. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Now Lawrence. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Christian Harris able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Here we go, gotta have it. Lawrence. Looking downfield for Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Pierce gets this one running right. They find some open field here. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dameon Pierce with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Texans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And they've had little to no success stopping him on the ground all game long because that's his 3rd touchdown of the game. And by far, the best touchdown of the bunch. They came into this game knowing that they needed to rely on him, and the defense knew they needed to slow him down, yet he's delivered in a big way, and he's been sensational.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Let's go. Go, go.
Now Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Desmond King picks it. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Going for it with Pierce. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They'll go right back to Pierce. There's the stiff arm. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. My goodness, 235 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Pierce now up the middle. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 18. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime.